qualifier for the Paris Games, so the Olympic trials for the U.S. in Orlando will be fantastic. Women's marathon, and just in case you have your day planner or want to set in your watch, we're 482 days
good for you.
until the Paris Olympic marathon for the women. 41 for the men, 42 for the women. Listen, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, well listen, this is what we need to have happen right now. These people have to remember that they are in the likes of one of the best track stars we've ever seen with Hellen Obiri, and if you want to beat her, you got to put some moves on right now.
Like if you want to do simple math, they crossed through a mile 23, which is basically you have a 5K left.
Yeah.
You want to go mess with the world champ in the 5K in 2017 and 2019? That's Hellen Obiri.
She's run 14:18 for the 5K. She's run 3:57 for the 1500, and get this, she's run 2 flat for 800. That's pretty speedy.
She comes off a win in the New York City half marathon last month. She ran 67:21 there. So Emma Bates just a few strides back. Hadn't lost touch yet, but just a few strides back. But certainly now she's in a position where she is in a fight. And Yeshina has, despite the fall, managed to get in there, and she's right back there on Obiri's heels again. Because the fall was not on Obiri, right? Like Ed, she clipped her, but she was just running in front. There was no malice there. The other one followed too close. 5:05 for the 24th mile. 5:05.
We knew who fell on the course. Abebe Yesenes just checked on her arm, be able to see kind of like the mental is there. She just watched at her arm, but she's in it. And as you know, the Kenyan-Ethiopian rivalry is big. Here, the Ethiopians usually don't typically lead the race and wait for the kick, but Obiri, with her credential of the shorter distance, is going to be interesting.
Hellen Obiri, Kenya. Lona Salpeter, Israel. Amani Burso, Ethiopia. Yeshina, Ethiopia. Emma Bates, the United States. Those are your 5 that are still very much in this race with less than 2 miles to go.
Lona Salpeter, second in the 2022 NYC Marathon. She was 3rd at the European Championships, 3rd at the World Championships. She wants that win, but here comes Amani Buriso, the 2:14 gal. Is she trying to take that kick out of Hellen Obiri? This is where she needs to move.
Amanda McGrory, 5 for the win. Who do you like?
You know, I am just loving watching this. I love a pack race. I love being in a pack race. I can't wait to watch the sprint finish here at the end. They all look super, super strong. I don't know.
So Emma Bates just a few strides back. She's fighting now to get with that, but also to try and protect that 5th place position.
Hellen Obiri going to those arms that are her signature move. Her daughter is here watching her. Her husband is here. She doesn't get to watch mom race very often, but you know she loves to. And she does definitely give her the beef when she doesn't win.
Yes.
Tanya will say, Mom, what's going on?
Yeah, she was like that way in Eugene. She was the silver medalist in the 10,000 meters, and her daughter said, Mommy, why'd you let that lady beat you? Like, are you kidding? I'm better than everybody but one person in the world, and now you're going to pick on me for that?
Last minute decision to come to Boston Marathon, Hellen Obiri. You know, I was talking to her a couple of days ago. Dathan Rittenheim, her coach, has to convince her to do the Boston Marathon because she wanted to go somewhere fast. But, you know, she's ready, and she ran the course record at the New York City Marathon, like he said earlier, 1:07:21 course record. And this is very similar to what's going to happen at the 2024 Olympic Games Haley course. She's glad she's here and be able to compete against the best in the world.
She's also a world cross-country champion from 2019. But watch this woman that just went down, Yeshina. Again, reminder, last year she finished by 4 seconds in that 2nd position. She does not want that to happen again. And she's been the quiet kind of one lurking. She hasn't really touched the lead yet. Is she waiting till she makes that left-hand turn? I kind of think so.
Well, listen, let's just give her credit for gathering herself after that fall and being able to kind of, and I'm sure there was a jolt of adrenaline there that went through your body. And as Mev said there, the key is to, you know, kind of fight yourself and your patience that you don't want to just get up and scramble back into this thing. But she seems to have really controlled herself, her pace, and her effort level to be here as we get down to the final mile.
Salpeter's very good on the track as well. She is a 30-minute 10K runner. She ran a 10K to prep for this race just a month ago. She is fit, she's ready, and she's proven it. She's been in the lead most of this race.
Yes, the who of marathoning or women's is here. It's going to be an exciting finish as Amanda Bariso, as Helen O'Berry, and Abebel Yesenish, and also
Salpeter.
Yeah, Salpeter has the records also. She wants that big win. So it's going to be an exciting finish for all of us, but nervous for them.
She's the only one that looks like she took a drink. The other ones look like they've just bypassed the last drink station and are ready to go. Emma Bates is fading here from that top 4. But still, what an outstanding performance. And again, can't stress enough how important it would be for her to hold on to 5th place in this race.
Emma Bates has been in great condition. I should talk to, but now the performance has shown that. And I think another American great achievement here to hopefully hold on to 5th place.
You see the time, 20:15:46. And there you see the final 4 combatants. O'Beary, Salpeter, Bariso, Yeshina. And every time Yeshina gets close now, O'Beary is there to challenge. In a really quick 16:08 from 35 kilometers to 40K.
So Helen O'Beary has been in Kenya training up until right before the NYC half. The NYC half is a hilly course. It was cold. 15 degrees is what it felt like at the start. And she powered her way through. Looked so strong there just a month ago. She's looking around a little bit. She knows they're right on her shoulder. But she said she is ready for this race. And, you know, Dathan, they didn't enter this race until about, 2 weeks ago. And Dathan said all he needed to tell her was to be patient. She's got such a drive, such a lion in her to be great at every distance that she runs. And her patience has paid off today. She's having a great run.
And you look on the screen right from the perspective of Emma Bates, and you can see that they've gotten away from her here. That looks, I imagine from that angle, right, that looks like forever behind. But up front, O'Beary now and Bariso. They've taken Salpeter out of the race, and Yeshina maybe has fallen off.
Amane Bariso, she had a phenomenal year this year. She ran 5:13 for that 25th mile here, but Amane Bariso, she knows how to be down in those low 5-minute ranges. She's ranked 3rd in the world in 2022. She's had some injuries, but this last year she has really cranked it out, and she took a ton off her PB, running 2:14:58 in Valencia in 2:22.
That was not only the national record, the 3rd fastest woman all time at that distance. So she was 12th in 2022, so certainly improving hers. And then Helen O'Beary, who's making her Boston debut in just her 2nd marathon. And Meb, I have to admit, there's got to be a huge learning jump just from your 1st marathon to your 2nd one, from the unknown to some known.
Absolutely, it's a big learning curve. I said I got my PhD on my 1st marathon because I made a lot of mistakes. And for O'Beary doing so well last year at the New York City Marathon, also this course, she's pushed by Dathan Rittenheim, who's a great cross-country runner, great marathoner. They're going to put it together, and obviously Bariso also knows this. The move has been made here, and you can see the 1,500 meter of her arm swings are epic here, and hey, about 800 meters to go or 700 meters to go from here is going to be a great finish.
Listen, I may not be any good, but my coach told me you work those arms on the uphill.
Yes, you do.
The legs are dying, but if you can work those arms, those little percentages that you can pick up there are a huge factor.
And you could see that it was like she didn't change her form too much. It just became powerful. And with less than 800 meters to go now, this is what she loves, the right on Hereford. And she has been dreaming about this. You can believe that.
O'Beary, this is Amazing. The crowd is what it is. She can't even herself breathe on here now. This is coming one ear, going the other ear because it's so loud. It's 10 deep here. It's amazing, but still, I think she dug deep and when she hold on, Azimemik left on Boasson. Look at that crowd. Amazing.
Man, I bet these are times when you're really happy your 800 PR is 2 minutes flat for Hellen Obiri.
Well, now there's that final famous left-hand turn.
600 to go, 600 meters to go when you make that turn.
Look at her go. The knees are coming up. The arms are going back.
Hellen Obiri, the last woman entered into the elite field, is going to be the first woman to cross from the elite field.
In only her second marathon, John. We have seen her time and time again at different Olympic Games, World Championships. We have not seen her on the streets very often, but she has definitely, in her young career of a marathoner, been pretty spectacular.
Aside from the marathon, it's a larger side. There's not a more decorated woman in the field than Hellen Obiri for her track credentials, and everything in her track career points to this moment and says this is the success you would expect her to have, which is why I think people were a little surprised in New York when she only, he just used air quotes, finished 6th.
One thing that I love, Dathan Ritzenheim, I'm sure, is thinking, what distance is this woman going to do at the next Olympic Games? And now they have another big kind of carrot hanging there that says, hey, I can handle 26.2. So maybe that's what she's going to move up to for the Olympic Games.
You know, indoor world champion, cross country world champion, outdoor world champion, and now we're going to see she is going to be the Boston Marathon champion. As they can see the divider telling her she got to go to the champion's
Happiness
lane.
is being on the left-hand side of the street when it comes for her.
Amazing.
It is the left on Boylston, and then they go, you just run straight into history from there. Hellen Obiri gonna win the 127th Boston Marathon, and I think her daughter Tanya is down here to greet her. Mama won.
Wow. Look at that.
Bariso comes across second, Lona Salpeter. Yeshina, second a year ago, fourth this time. Listen, that was a race the whole way, and just look at the effort. Emma Bates comes across fifth, the top American. Also now the fourth U.S. woman who has a qualifier for the Paris Games, so the Olympic trials for the U.S. in Orlando will be fantastic.
So nice. Oh, Tanya! Oh, Mom!
Carrie has a grin almost as big as the family there.
Oh, I can hardly handle it. I saw Tanya in New York City, and I said, are you a runner? And she said, no. That was her answer, no. But her mama sure is.
These are strong, strong women.
And you got to give it up to Emma Bates. I mean, she put it out there for the world to hear that she knew she was in the best shape of her life. That's a pretty big statement, and she ran that way today. Great race.
Hellen Obiri, a world marathon major winner, to go with all those global championship medals in track and field. She's a national record holder in Kenya, a mile, 2,000 meters, 3,000 meters, the 5K.
Nice.
And it just came from an innocuous email. Hey, Sharon Ledecky won't be in the field. We're adding Hellen Obiri. What a great late ad. There's your Boston champ and her family.